India has made up its mind. It is time to give China a dose of its own medicine. Till now, people used to talk about Beijing's string of pearls and the growing Chinese influence in countries like Pakistan or Bangladesh as the paper dragon tried to poke India in the Indian Ocean. But now, New Delhi is poking China in the South China Sea. How? Let's find out. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Piyush, and if you haven't subscribed to TFI English channel yet, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story in this video, let me tell you how India and Vietnam are bringing the paper dragon to its knees. Let's begin. There is a clear rule in diplomacy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And who knows it better than Vietnam and India? The two countries remain amongst the fiercest of China's enemies, and now they are getting together to give the paper dragon a bloody nose. They have signed a defense pact that will send shivers down China's spine. So what is this pact all about, and what is bringing India and Vietnam closer? Let's find out. You may have read about the Chinese propaganda about the superiority of People's Liberation Army or the PLA. But do you know that China had actually lost the last war it fought? The Chinese army was actually crushed in a humiliating defeat in 1979. But who do you think defeated it? If you think it was perhaps a Western power, you couldn't be further from the truth. It was Vietnam. It was only after this war that the Chinese Communist Party started a grand campaign to celebrate the so-called superiority of its military forces and drive a strong narrative about PLA's so-called strength. Today, Vietnam is one of China's biggest rivals in the Indo-Pacific region. It has been steering most of the businesses exiting China and has been able to pocket most of the Japanese companies relocating to newer destinations after the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. So it isn't a matter of surprise if China still hates Vietnam. On the other hand, India is emerging as an aspirational superpower that can do anything to cut China to size. Only recently, India engaged in a border tussle with China and gave the Chinese PLA, or as we like to call them, China's little emperors, a bloody nose. India has also been kicking out the Chinese businesses and reducing its trade ties with China. And now, New Delhi is simply looking for ways to contain the Chinese in the Indo-Pacific. But both Vietnam and India have a reason to band together and surround the paper dragon in its own backyard. Now that I have set the background of Indo-Vietnam relations, let's see what the two countries are actually doing. They have signed a vision document to expand the scope and scale of defense ties by 2030. The two sides have also secured a mutual logistics support pact that would allow the military forces of the two sides to use each other's defense bases for repair and replenishment of supplies. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh tweeted, "Had an excellent meeting with General Phan Van Giang, the Defense Minister of Vietnam. We reviewed interactions on expanding bilateral cooperation. Our close defense and security cooperation is an important factor of stability in the Indo-Pacific region." The two countries also agreed on early finalization of the $500 million defense line of credit by New Delhi to Hanoi. India is therefore getting bullish on better defense ties with Vietnam. Remember, Vietnam shares contentious disputes with China in the South China Sea. India itself has several oil exploration projects in the Vietnamese waters in the South China Sea and has been boosting maritime security cooperation with Vietnam despite China's objections. Now, the latest military pact implies that India can shore up its military presence in the disputed waters of the South China Sea, in case it wants to hit back at China's expansionist attempts in the Indian Ocean region. Conversely, Vietnam too can cooperate with India in the Indian Ocean region in order to undermine China's position in the region. In the end, it is China that is getting isolated and surrounded in both the Indian Ocean region and the South China Sea region. The military pact between New Delhi and Hanoi is just likely to send shivers down Beijing's spine.